Hey Cancer, it's Anna from Starshine Healing Arts here with your February mid-month to March mid-month love reading. So let's see what we got. The first three cards, you got the King of Pentacles, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Ace of Wands. Further clarifying the King of Pentacles, you got the Six of Pentacles and the Nine of Wands here. So what this tells me is either you are currently feeling like a King of Pentacles, you're currently feeling abundant, or you want to feel abundant and you're working to feel abundant. See, with it being clarified with the Six of Pentacles and the Nine of Wands, I wonder if you feel like your struggle is an ongoing battle here. And this is a relationship reading, it's a love reading, so this could, it could have to just do with finances with the family, and if you have joint finances, maybe I don't know, here with the with the Six of Pentacles, maybe you've been feeling kind of overworked and feeling like someone with you around you hasn't been giving, or is like breadcrumbing you, or maybe you've been breadcrumbing someone else and not necessarily, there's like an imbalance here with money. And this has been, it feels burdensome almost, and maybe it's it's keeping you from feeling like a King of Pentacles, or you're feeling so much like a King of Pentacles that you don't want to give your money away. Whatever the case may be here, this situation is causing causing a little bit of trouble here. You have your Seven of Pentacles, and that has to do with a reevaluation period, to do with your home and finances. It could just be your Pentacles have to do with earth energy, that has everything to do with the home, everything to do with finances. So maybe there's this reevaluation period where you're stopping and you're wondering, like, do I even want to create a pinnacle bush? Do I want this job? Do I want this relationship? Do I want to start a house with this, a home with this person, or a family with this person? Do I want to buy a house? What, is this person giving enough to make the relationship, if I'm going to pay, all of the mortgage, are they going to help me out on bills? Are they just going to pay a measly little $100 bill here and there? What's the deal here? Because, Cancer, you have the, further clarifying the Seven of Pentacles here, that reevaluation period, you have the Ten of Pentacles and the Devil card. And see, the Devil card isn't a bad card. People think it's, it's so scary because it's the devil, but it's really, he has no influence over you. You see, he's not even touching these people. They have themselves chained, and they could very well take off these chains, take the chains off of their necks and walk away, but they're not even paying attention to him. He's just kind of hovering over as an influence, but she's staring off, somewhere here, and he's like, they're not even paying attention. They don't care about the chains on their necks. And this has to do with addictions, maybe toxic behavior, some kind of addictive mentality, or some kind of mentality that you have that keeps you back from reaching your highest potential. Maybe if you've been at your job for a year, you're not going to have CEO status, you're not going to be part of the board, part of the firm, you're not, and that's having that expectation, for example. I know that's a bit of a bit of a jump, but having that expectation, for example, is a very devil-like energy, and it can really, ruin your experience and take the happiness away from the now if you have all these expectations on all of these, because I know you want to create a happily ever after. You want to feel secured. You want to feel, comfortable, and like you have, you want to feel like a King of Pentacles. I got that. But understand, like, this is an old man. This is the Ten of Pentacles, and he's an old man. He's worked his whole life to get here. He's worked his whole life to get here. So have some inner strength, because you're on the path you need to be on. It's not all bad. Have some inner strength here, some perseverance. Hang on, you're almost there. This is a card about, feeling like you've been, digging ditches for a while, but also, it's a card of perseverance, to keep going, to keep pushing, Even if you feel like maybe you're not getting paid enough at your job, or, your spouse, or your partner isn't helping you enough, perseveres. Maybe they're going through something, or maybe you have a raise on the way, or maybe your expectations are a little high. But just understand that, what's fair is fair. What goes around comes around. And, if you've been unjust and you haven't been fair, if you've been like, oh, I'm going to pay $100 bill and, you're going to pay $1,000 bill, well, that's not fair. Trust that equilibrium will come. Have some inner strength. Have some inner strength here. Because I know there's a lot of bickering and fighting, and, you have the Ace of Wands here, new idea, new path, new something, new activity or new spark, whatever. With this Page of Cups here. And it's causing a lot of bickering and arguments. Pages are messengers. They're here. This person is here to offer their love. And there's been a lot of bickering and messiness and just a lot of arguments and stuff, a lot of fighting. So what's your advice? Well, you got the Five of Pentacles. Maybe it's time for, the Five of Pentacles has to do with feeling like you got left out in the cold. Maybe you're feeling this way, or maybe it's time to, if someone hasn't been paying, if you've been, if you're in a relationship and you've been carrying them this whole time, maybe it's time to, kick them to the curb. And I hate to say it and be so blunt, and I understand, but, there's a point where you have to, stick up for you, take a, second and judge and reevaluate your situation. Cancer, what do you want to create in life, truly? And if you felt like you've gotten left out the cold, like, why is that? Why have you gotten left out in the cold? Was it because you were giving breadcrumbs? Were you trying really hard to just give breadcrumbs and do the bare minimum? Cancer, let's be honest here, Take some time, a judgment, a reevaluation period. You got the Knight of Swords. So if there's something that maybe you shelled up and you've not talked about here, and a lot of times here with the Knight of Swords, I will say, if it's in your main spread here, a lot of times I'll say, watch what you say and kind of, don't insert your truth at the detriment of another, but perhaps it's time to. Perhaps it's time to push forward, because this is your advice line. This is your advice. The Knight of Swords, he has a tendency to cut people down with his truth. He has a tendency to insert his truth even if it hurts other people. Sometimes it's not all flowers and sunshine, and sometimes you have to do that. If someone isn't willing to listen, but there's something that they need to hear, and you need to get off your chest, sometimes it's okay. It's okay to insert your truth. Don't intend to hurt that person. Don't have the intention to do wrong. But definitely have the intention, to make sure your voice is heard. And make sure that you, if there's something that you've been holding back, so you're biting your tongue and all that stuff, you're not going to get to the next, stage of this relationship or stage of the situation if you don't talk about this, Cancer. The Two of Cups. This person you're in a relationship with, they're causing you a lot of heartache. Maybe something they said or something they did, like, really hurt your feelings. Or maybe you have to say something that is going to hurt their feelings. Be gentle with it, Cancer. So I know Cancers have the tendency to kind of lash out and snap back like a crab when they feel threatened. They kind of, shell up and they don't want to be emotional or vulnerable. But that's a strength, Cancer. Cancers are very nurturing. They're very loving. And that is your strength, not your weakness. But hold on to your coin. Hold on to your coin. Right? Or trust that if you've been holding on to your coin really hard, trust that what you need will come to you. If you've been overextending yourself, hold on to it. If you haven't been extending yourself enough and you know that, trust what you need will come to you. Why are you holding on so tightly to your money? Are you afraid? I hope this helps, Cancer.